before you pop the champagne and yell Happy New Year. There are 6 money moves you need to make, or 2026 is going to look exactly like 2025. Same paycheck, same stress, same where did my money go? If you don't reset things now, nothing magically changes in January. If you use the next few weeks smartly, you can set yourself up so that next year is your best financial year ever. That's true, even if 2025 was a total mess. You're watching Finance Flash, where money finally makes sense for normal people, not just Wall Street. Let's reset your money for 2026. Starting with step 1. You know how Spotify hits you every December with your Wrapped, your top artists, most played songs, and the tracks you're low-key embarrassed, you replayed none. We're going to do the exact same thing with your money. Think of this as a money Wrapped for 2025. Grab a drink, sit somewhere cozy, and open your banking apps and credit card statements for the last 12 months. Your job is to answer 3 simple questions. First, what did you actually earn in 2025 after tax? Second, what did you actually spend in 2025? Third, did you end a year in surplus or in deficit? Here's a twist that most people never do. For this exercise, count your savings and investments as spending too. That means rent, groceries, car, fun, and subscriptions. It also means your 401k, Roth IRA, brokerage investments, and savings. Everything goes into the spent bucket. Why does this matter? Because whatever's left over is your true unused surplus. That's money that literally sat there doing nothing all year. If that number is $600, that's $600 you could have invested. It could have paid down debt or boosted your emergency fund. Instead, it just chilled in checking, earning basically nothing. Once you total all 12 months, look for patterns. Do your summers always explode with spending? Do you emotionally spend more in winter? Do certain months go into deficit every single year? This awareness alone can save you thousands. You're no longer guessing. You're seeing your behavior in black and white. Next, it's time for a yearly audit. This is where you stop leaking money on stuff you don't even use. And yes, everyone is guilty of this. Studies show the average US household pays for about 4 streaming platforms. That's roughly $69 a month. Over $800 a year just on streaming. Now add forgotten apps, gym memberships you ghosted, and free trials you never canceled. It stacks up way faster than you think. So go through every single recurring payment. Streaming services like Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, and Prime all count. Apps like photo editors, AI tools, and random pro upgrades count too. Gym memberships, fitness apps, digital magazines, cloud storage, all of it. For each one, ask a simple question. Did I use this in the last 30 days? If the answer is no, cancel it, pause it, or downgrade it. Then hit the big bills. Car insurance, home or renter's insurance, cell phone, and internet. These are prime spots where people overpay. At least once a year, compare your plans on comparison sites. Insurers count on you being too lazy to switch. That's why premiums quietly rise every renewal. If you can cut even $80 to $150 a month, that's over $1,000 a year. That money can go straight into savings, debt payoff, or investing. Small cuts create big wins. Now that you've stopped the leaks, it's time to fix the base. That means your financial foundation. And it starts with your emergency fund. Ask yourself one question. If I lost my income tomorrow, how many months could I realistically cover? Most people aim for 3 to 6 months of essential expenses. If your rent or cost of living went up in 2025, your old emergency fund may not be enough. If you've dipped into it and never refilled it, this is your sign. Top it back up. Next, look at your balance between cash and investments. Cash you need in the next 12 months, plus your emergency fund is your stable base. Everything else should have a job. Any cash you don't need for 3 to 5 years is usually better invested. Inflation quietly eats idle cash. Investing helps your money fight back. On the flip side, having everything in stocks is risky. One emergency could force you to sell at the worst time. Balance is the goal. Enough cash gives stability. Enough investing gives growth. You need both working together. Now, let's talk about free money. Because before the year resets, you want to make sure you're not leaving it on the table. This step alone can change everything. First, check your employer retirement benefits. If your employer matches your 401k and you're not getting the full match, you're turning down free money. At minimum, contribute up to the match. That's an instant 100% return on that portion of your contribution. Second, look at your tax-advantaged accounts. These include IRAs and HSAs. Each year, contribution limits reset. They don't roll over. If you don't use that space, you lose it forever. Third, look at tax loss harvesting. If you invest in taxable accounts, that means selling investments at a loss to offset gains elsewhere. It's about using the rules legally and smartly. Fourth, if you donate to charity, make it count. Qualified donations can reduce taxable income if you itemize. Timing matters here. If you're going to give, do it before the tax year cutoff. Check official tax resources for exact deadlines. Mark important dates in your calendar. Now that you know where your money went, it's time to tell it what to do in 2026. Don't wait for January motivation. Decide now. Skip fake goals like save more or be better with money. Set goals you can measure. Clear numbers create clear action. For example, save $6,000 by December 2026. That's $500 a month. Or pay off $3,000 of credit card debt at $250 a month. Or invest $200 a month into your Roth IRA. Then send and check those numbers. Make sure they actually fit your life. Plug your estimated 2026 income into a spreadsheet or budget app. Add realistic expenses like rent, groceries, gas, and kids. See what's truly left? If the number feels impossible, adjust the goal. Extend the timeline if needed. The goal isn't perfection, it's direction. Every dollar needs a job. Save it, invest it, pay debt, or spend it. Winging it is what keeps people stuck. This is where most people fall off. They have goals but no system. That's why nothing changes. You need a simple money operating system, one that runs in the background without willpower. Automation is the secret. Step 1 is automate the good stuff. Set transfers for payday. Move money automatically into savings and investments. Automate your emergency fund, retirement accounts, and brokerage investing. Create sinking funds for things like car repairs and holidays. Let future expenses stop surprising you. Schedule your main bills right after payday. Priorities get funded first. Random spending gets what's left. Step 2 is removing friction and temptation. Keep your emergency fund in a separate bank. Make it harder to touch. Unsubscribe from marketing emails. Stop the constant spending triggers. Put your savings or investing app on your home screen. Step 3 is a simple money dashboard. This can be a spreadsheet, Notion page, or even a phone note. Keep it simple. Track just a few numbers monthly. Income, spending, debt, savings, and investments. Progress keeps motivation alive. The goal isn't to think about money all the time. The goal is setting things up once. Let money quietly support your life. Before you say goodbye to 2025, take one afternoon. Run through these 6 steps. Your money wrapped? Audit, foundation, free money, goals, and system. A few hours now can change how 2026 feels. Less panic, more control, and more confidence. That's the real win. If this helped, tell me in the comments. What's one money move you're doing before 2026? I'd love to hear it. And if you want more No BS money videos for real people in the US, hit subscribe. Keep watching Finance Flash.